Today, we're going to be unboxing this Chizuru from Rent a Girlfriend. Now, I've unboxed a few Chizuru now, but this one is kind of unique. And the reason why is because it is based off the Volume 1 pose. So, pretty cool that they're doing that. Now, obviously, I don't think they're going to make 35 plus figures to go off every volume. But I kind of would like them to do some other ones of maybe other volumes. I think that would be neat if they do it. Like, personally, I'd love if they'd make this into a figure. Or I'd love this one, but this is not going to be made into a figure. But it'd be really cool if they did. But this is not the only version of her we've got in this outfit. We've also got this one, which was actually the very first Chizuru we ever got. So, in the end, we'll compare the two, see how they are, see if they've improved it any. I don't really like this one for a few reasons, but we'll get into that. But let's go ahead and unbox this and see what's inside. So, I got this from Ami Ami, which is was in my main monthly video that I do. So if you want to go see what else I got in that video, you can. I also have another unboxing that I did of this figure that came in that box as well. But if you'd like to buy this one, I believe it is still available in quite a few places. It is a relatively new figure, so it should still be available most places. And I do think this could be like the definitive Chizuru. Like if you just want one Chizuru figure, this would be what you'd get. So let's get her out of here. So this is a 1/7 scale, so it is not huge, but it is not small by any means. So let's go ahead and get her out of here. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at the most important part of every figure, and that is the base. So the base is just clear, nothing really special about that, but it's not bad. You're gonna get 4 peg holes on it, which is good. It will stand firm in the base. It will not fall over or anything. You also get the little bag here. It's a nice little bag. I guess, yeah, that is in the original there. You can see it down there. So now moving on to the figure here, let's get her out of here. We get a ton of styrofoam on her hair to protect that in shipping. So let's get all of that off here. So I will say right off the bat, I do like her face on this much more than I do on the original version of this figure with the same outfit. That was my main complaint with that original figure, was that the face looked awful in my opinion, which it was the first one, so they had to kind of figure out how to do her face. That's something we commonly see with figures, is that the first version of them usually has a weird face, but as they make more, it gets better. So let's go ahead and put her on the base here. Alright, snap right down on it. No problem at all there. So, all we gotta do now is put the bag on her arm here. Or is it in her hand? It's in her hand. So, as you can see here, put on the hand there. And it just rests there. So, kind of flimsy, but not bad. It's going to stay on there. So, yeah, that is our Chizuru here. So, let's go ahead and I will show you the close-up now, and then we'll come back and compare it to the other one. So real quick, I'm also going to show you a close-up of both of these combined right beside one another, so you can kind of get an idea about what they look like beside one another, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so comparing these two figures is kind of difficult, more than I thought. Because, for one, the face on the new one is much, much, much better. Far better. However, the rest of the figure could be kind of, it's split for me. In terms of the bag is much more detailed on the newer one, but the old one, see, the problem is with the bag is behind her on this image, so we don't really get to see a lot of detail on it, but you can tell that there is a little bit of like a handle that is kind of this goldish. So this one is inaccurate for the outfit, so this one is correct, but I do kind of like this bag a little more. Now, it does not have this brim around the top. This one does, so technically this one is perfect, this one is not. But I do like this bag quite a bit. Another complaint I'm going to give is the hair. The hair on the newer, or the older one here, it is just one little bitty strand of hair. This one is like a full, like, kind of, not a ponytail, but almost like a, sort of like that. I don't know what this would actually be called. But this looks better than this. This looks kind of cheap. And also on the older one here, and I don't know if you can see this, she's got this like little piece of hair that goes up in the front. I don't know where they got that idea from. I've never seen that, but she does not have that in the new one. It is just correct. As for the rest of the hair looks fine on both of them. This one has like deeper red at the tips of it. This one's kind of faded. I think the faded looks better, but I think this is probably more accurate, so that's kind of either way you want to go on that one. The shoes on both of them are pretty much completely different, and that's because it does not show us the feet on this one. He likes to show her feet quite a bit, but he does not in the first volume, so we kind of get two completely different like styles with this. Personally, I like the newer one better. I think it just looks a lot nicer. Now, detail wise, they both look fine. I mean, they know how to do anime figure toes by this point, so there's no real issue. So finally, getting into the dress itself. I really like the skirt on the older one. It is much more detailed. It's kind of textured. It looks really nice. The newer one is more like subtle. It's smooth, so it's got no texture, but it fits. It works with this. It works pretty well. The top, they look pretty much the same, except for this little strip around the top here, right above her chest. The newer one obviously looks more accurate, but I'm fine with either of them. They both look really nice. One very minor thing that I will mention is this little bracelet she's got on her arm here. The newer one is kind of a translucent piece. The older one is a solid piece. The translucent one looks much, much better. And finally, the final thing that I'll mention is the earring. In the manga volume, she does have an earring, but in the older figure, she does not. In the newer one, she does. So they did incorporate that in. So which one is better? Obviously, I think the newer one, by quite a bit, actually. Now, this one is kind of sentimental because it's the, like, original Chizuru figure. They pretty much announced, like, 3 things. This was one of them that was, like, the original things. And the others were prize figures or Nendroids or whatever. This was the original scale figure Chizuru. And it looks nice for being 4 years old at this point, and released pretty much right whenever Rent a Girlfriend was getting big. This has had now three and a half by the time it was released, 3.5 years to really develop itself and to make figures better and to really pin down what Chizuru should look like. Obviously, we knew, and that's what they went with, but they really nailed it with this one. This is a standard. If you want just a bare minimum Chizuru that does not, like, if you just want one Chizuru figure, you like Chizuru but you don't love her, you just want a figure of her, this is the figure for you. However, is this my favorite Chizuru figure? Probably not. There's some other Chizuru figures that I like a little bit more than this. I think this one's kind of basic just because I think this outfit's kind of basic. Now, like I said, there is some other manga volumes, not just the bikini one. This is the only one I have real close. But there's some other manga volumes they could do this with that could look really, really cool if they do it. Like either of these could be turned into really good figures if they ever wanted to. Personally, I'm a big fan of this volume. I think it just looks kind of neat. It's a different type of Chizuru that we don't get that often. And then this one, if you want to go for like a really fancy looking one, there you go. That would look really nice. So either one of them, if they ever wanted to do this, you got options. So anyway, that will about do it. As for like a grade, I'd probably give it like a 8.5. I think it's solid. It's great. It does exactly what it strives to do. Could it have been a little bit better? Maybe, but I don't really know what you would have done. Maybe a base or something, but otherwise, this is about as good as you can get. So that's about it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, like I said, I do have an unboxing for the Guitar Sister that is up a few days ago. We'll also be doing a really big video, including some of the manga here in a few days. So if you want to stick around for that, don't forget to subscribe. You can see all that as soon as it comes out, and a ton of shorts every day. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.